Okay, welcome to the 8th part of making the AJAX comment box. Okay, using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, jQuery, AJAX, PHP MySQL, and some JSON as well. Then we've basically built this one page. Now if you have been following along, then I suggest you just skip to the next tutorial, because this is basically for people who have a good understanding of HTML and CSS and so on, and will be able to build this themselves. So I'm just going to give, for the people that haven't been following along, okay, a quick outline of the different boxes, names, and how we've basically done it. Alright, so let's continue. Alright, so what we have right now is page data is in here. This potentially is just fictitious information. You would have your blog or any information, your video and so on above this, okay, and below it is potentially what the people are commenting on about, you know. So I didn't see any reason in making an actual blog page or anything like that. This would just sit underneath your main page or sit to the right or wherever you're going to do this. So please don't make any comments about, or what's the point of having a comment page without any text on there to comment about. You know, this is just a comment box. Okay, so now we just have a title of user feedback, and then within inside of here, where it says David Thorne, inside of this box, let's just use Firebug to highlight this. Inside of here, this is where, so let's just change this border to be red. Okay, within inside of this box here is where the person will actually comment. Now what we do have is a text area where the person's going to insert their text. Now it doesn't have an ID or a name at the moment. We're going to start doing that in the further tutorials when we link it up with JavaScript. Now there's also then our post button, which isn't any form button or anything like that. It's just nothing more than a div with some text in it. We're going to link up some JavaScript to this button as well in the later tutorials. Okay, so now further going on, we've then got basically a div with a class of comment list, which is just wrapping the data, and within inside of that we've then got an unordered list with the class of comments holder ul. Now this is where all of the comments are going to be then populated, and each comment at this point in time has an ID of _1. Okay, these are going to be the IDs of the row in the database that we're going to extract. Okay, so for the time being it's just _1 because we haven't got that far yet. Now each one has a class of comment holder, so potentially when someone does comment, it's going to then take this data and then add a new li with JavaScript into this one ul. Nothing more than that. Now when you do hover over the comment holder, so the li comment holder, then we get this one button popping up. This is by default set to display is equal to none, not none, sorry. When we hover over the li, it then comes up. Then when we hover over the button, it changes. This one X in this blue thing is going to delete this one li itself. That's obviously going to be done with JavaScript, and we're going to send a request back with AJAX to the PHP server to tell it to then delete it from the table. These all then list out, and at the moment we're just looped through with PHP. Nothing more than looping through with a quick with making an array here of excuse me, of just A, B, C, D, E. This is completely irrelevant. It's just basically to say, hey, there's 5 elements in this one array, so we made this one variable of comments, and then we're requiring this comment underscore box.php. Now within inside of the comment underscore box.php, we're doing nothing more than using a for each loop to loop through each element within inside of the comments array, and then displaying the comment holder. Okay, we're potentially going to be setting this one ID here with the ID of the row, like I said, and then we're going to populate the text itself and the name, and then the image for each person one by one. that's basically that bit there. What else do we have? Okay, the other thing which we have done so far is we have this the constant of includes, which we use to define, and with inside of our document root we have a defines.php. With inside of here we've just defined doc root to then use the superglobal as server and to define the document root a little bit easier, and then ds for the directory separator. And then so as we don't have to worry about changing the includes directory later, we're just making a constant of includes, so we can use it through our code, and we only have to change it once within inside of the defines here. Okay, there's nothing more to it than that really. The tutorials after this we're going to do, we're going to link up the JavaScript to all of the buttons, and then we're then going to step by step do the PHP server-side coding to insert, update and delete and so on, anything. Okay, that's it. That was enough explanation, I think. So let's move on to the next tutorial. If you don't know who I am, then my name's David Thorne. I'm from Thorne Web Design. This is going to be its own playlist on my YouTube channel, and you'll be able to find the videos on my website as well, thornewebdesign.com. So don't worry about it if you've just jumped in at tutorial number 8. We're going to go through and do everything for you later on how to do it. You will need to have a PHP server, or you need to have a server with PHP running on it, or PHP running at least, and have a little knowledge of how to use JavaScript, the jQuery library, some MySQL. But I wouldn't worry about it. I'm going to go through every single step in slow time, so as you understand all of it. Potentially this is a beginner's set of tutorials for me to teach you everything in one fell swoop, without lots and lots of other tutorials in there. Okay, I do have other tutorials about different elements of PHP, of MySQL and so on, so if you get stuck at any one point, check out my other videos, and they should then make sense for you. In practice, this one set of videos should assist you in many elements of web development. Okay, it gives you a good scope of everything that you need to be able to understand and to be able to use. Alright, that's enough of me talking. Let's move on and jump on to doing some JavaScript, shall we? Okay, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.